Coming into the 2012-2013 school year, the University of the Cumberlands was home to 21 athletic teams. Now make it 22. Archery is the newest Patriot sport on campus. 20 athletes, or shooters as they're known, now call Cumberlands home. Head archery coach Kris Strebeck was chosen to get this program into national contending form. He believes that with the group of athletes that he has been able to recruit, it shouldn't take that long.
Well, we got some really high expectations. We have 20 young men and women out here on our first year, 10 girls, 10 guys. We've got all different skill levels from being involved in it for 5 and 6 years outside of the NASH program, from just coming straight from the NASH program into the college archery program. We've got some high expectations. We've got some kids out here that are really catching on. We've got a great facility that we're practicing at right here. We got 20 3D animals that we're being able to use 5 days a week. You know, we have some kids that can really do well. I would expect some top 5 finishes in all 3 divisions.
I think, especially at our first event, we have the opportunity to make a big impact on the sport. Our kids have come from, you know, either backgrounds in shooting 3D or hunting backgrounds, and it's something that we're used to. I also think at our second tournament we're going to leave a big impact, just because our kids have done the NASH program and they're used to that style of archery, and I think that it gives us opportunity to really jump onto the scene as a national power and hopefully leave a mark for the teams behind us to follow.
I'm kind of expecting it to be a lot like the ASA shoots that I've shot in before, where you just go and you shoot and you just stop at every target and you shoot an arrow at each target, and you go and score it, and that's the score you get for that target. It's not like shooting consecutively like 5, 10 arrows at a time.
When starting up any program, you need top quality personnel. Coach Strebeck was able to sign a handful of the state's top archers, plus nab a few that shot at the scholastic level in years past.
Back in last October, I went to the World National Archery in Schools Program World Tournament. Actually, 8 of the 20 were shooting in that World Tournament last year, so that kind of got my foot in the door. I already had some schools that I knew that were in my region that had seniors coming up, so it just started out. It started a little slow, and then it picked up, and we were happy to get 20 on our team this first year.
I think it's pretty awesome that I get to continue it in college, because I'm not going to lie, my junior and senior year, before I realized that he was doing this, I was kind of worried about how I would shoot while I was in college, because that's just been part of my life forever, and I didn't know how I was going to handle that.
I just came up with an idea about 2 years ago about starting a collegiate program here at the university. Kentucky's been the most successful national archery in the schools program state. We actually just a month ago, it became a sports activity with KHSAA. So just a great opportunity to get more students in, get these students that have been involved in archery, giving them a way to continue shooting archery and get a college education.
Came in as a freshman. There was talk that Cumberland was going to start a team. Was trying to get hooked up with Coach Strebeck. Didn't really get connected with him until my class I took with him, the NASH certification class. Started talking to me about building a program. Then we started recruiting kids. Since I was kind of the only teammate, I guess, on campus, I was taking on the responsibility to try to help him recruit, calling kids, showing them around campus, whatever I needed to do while we were trying to build a team last year.
Senior Cody Kirby and freshman Blevins have their sights set on big yet obtainable goals for the inaugural season.
My first goal at our first tournament is I personally would like to win the national championship for the 3D tournament this year. I think that that's a mark that I can meet. I've competed in 3D tournaments for a while. As a team, I think we've got the potential to have, you know, multiple top 5, top 10 finishers at the 3D, especially in our open class. A lot of our open kids have competed before. When we get to indoor, I think that our kids are going to have a real opportunity. They've done indoor archery in high school before, and it's just something that they can translate over and be really comfortable in doing in their element.
I want to introduce more kids to archery. I think it's getting bigger in school now, and I'd like to introduce more kids to doing 3D archery and stuff like we're going to do this year. It's been such a big part of my life. I think that it could really influence some kids.
Alongside Kirby and Blevins, Coach Strebeck has a roster that's full of talented and competitive shooters that should make noise this season.
We got some contenders right out the gate, and Cody Kirby, who's a senior, who kind of helped me get this program off the ground. Blevins, who's been involved. She's been the 4-8 shooter of the year. She shot in some ASA tournaments. We have some kids from Henderson, Kentucky that I expect a lot out of. It's been changing a little bit as far as changing their equipment, but we've got some guys over there, and Aaron and Perry and Nathan, that I really expect to start off strong right out of the gate in the open class, which they shoot up to 50 yards. In our bow hunter class, I feel like we got to step up with some of those with Ethan Gish and Brittany Mink and Cheyenne Miller. They've really kind of stepped it up and really getting it going in the bow hunter class, which they shoot up to 40 yards. And then we got some in the recurve division that are coming on really strong too, and Brittany Hampton and Ethan Worley.
For most kids, if they don't play the, quote, major sports in high school, you normally don't have the chance to move on to the collegiate level. Archery has given these shooters an opportunity to be college athletes.
It was pretty awesome. When I was little, I used to dream of signing, like you've seen all the pictures in the paper of people signing to play basketball and all that. And I never was really athletic besides shooting. So it was really cool whenever Coach called me and wanted me to shoot on the team, because that was kind of like my childhood dream coming true.
As a college athlete, as an archer, I think it's awesome. You know, the NASH program in the high schools and middle schools has really taken off. It's great that Cumberlands is going to be the first team to actually recruit and have scholarship athletes. I'm really looking forward to the trips. We've got a lot of big plans ahead of us, and I just think it's great that we're going to be the first recruited and scholarship paid archery team in the nation.
Since Cumberlands is one of few schools in about a 7-hour radius that has archery, traveling to competitions will be a big part of the time spent during competition week.
This year we're going to do 4 main competitions. Our first one will be in October. We're going to Columbia, Missouri, to the University of Missouri, and competing in the USIAC 3D National Championships. Then we'll go indoors in March. We'll go to Georgia Southern for a regional tournament. It'll be called Vegas 3-Spot. It's actually a regional, but it qualifies as a national tournament. And then we'll go to Texas, Texas A&M actually, and compete in target archery, field archery, and which would be just like what they do in the Olympics. We'll do that in April, and then we'll go to the national tournament in Utah, which will be field archery again, which is just exactly like the Olympics.
To keep up with the University of the Cumberlands archery team, be sure to visit cumberlandspatriots.com.